Hello, hi, welcome. I'm Symbiosis, and it's been a hot minute. Where have I been? Sick.
Were you killed?
Sadly, yes. But I lived.
And I've also been working on... God, what was it called? Honest Thoughts on Mecha Heisei, that's the one I was working on. That's gonna take a while, because talking about 35 mechs is more work than I thought it was gonna be. But hey, we're trucking along. And I did a poll, thank you all for voting in that. I did a poll talking about what I should cover, and the highest voted one was a Honest Thoughts on Gavv Part 2. I was gonna wait till the series wrapped up to give my overall thoughts, but it's so good. It's so good. Anyway, yeah, like I said, this is gonna be a Part 2, and I will cover everything from where I left off the first part, which is episode 14, to the current episode, which is episode 33 by the time of this recording. So yeah, let's just jump right into it. So this is not really going to have a structure. I've literally just got, let me just see my notes. Yeah, I literally just have a list of things I want to talk about and basically glaze and gush over. Yeah, let's just hop right into it. First thing on the list, Vram. Okay, let's get this out the way.
Oh my god, he's so goddamn cool!
I didn't expect to like a tertiary writer as much as I do with Vram. I mean, just the sheer aura of this character. Him just showing up and bodying both Gavv and Valen in such an effortless way. I was immediately hooked. And having, this kind of through line with the, to use their term, grounded hunters to help distinguish them, being that they've lost someone dear to them, and him kind of having this like arc of being like a fish out of water when he betrays him and lives in the human world, as well as trying to find his brother's killer. Ooh, yeah, no, I'm so enamored. I think it's Glota. I'm gonna be honest. I think it's Glota. I think there's gonna be like a big reveal where Glota's the one that killed Komal, and it's going to be this huge standoff, so I'm looking forward to that. And also, now that I realized it, both their melee weapons are scythes. I just realized that right now. So hey, I can look back on this and be like, hey, I called it, or wow, I'm an idiot. God, yeah, no, just... he's so cool. Like, what else can I say about a guy who has a bow that turns into a chainsaw scythe? Oh yeah, Valen, just having that whole arc of Suga's betrayal and having all those like huge reveals. Like, I knew the betrayal was coming. Everyone could see it was coming, but just what was revealed and just the emotions that were playing out. God, Yusuke Hino deserves some type of award for that performance. Holy shit. I feel like that's just like Kamen Rider's taglines. Like, you come for the crazy out of context clips and you stay for the melodrama, because wow. That being said, I was a little disappointed with Bitter Gavv, and I'm not going to say it was bad. It was... I guess let me explain why I was disappointed. I was a bit disappointed that we never not fully delved in. We didn't really get to see more on how Suga became the character that he became. You kind of got a hint at it at the end, like, okay, he was raising an infant, and there's kind of this insinuation that it died when it was young. Maybe he was a father who lost like their child and became kind of, no pun intended, bitter and angry at the world. I just kind of wish we saw like a little bit more, just a little bit more. And that's the thing that bugs me, is that I like so many of these characters. I remember when they were having this arc of Glota revealing who Gavv is, and then Gavv and Valen having a falling out, and the Gachizos aren't spawning, and these strong emotions that are kind of like riling up between these two. And I remember they would swap back to Lakia, and him like adjusting to the human world, and it's like, it's not that I don't care about Lakia or what he's going through. Like, I actually really do like these episodes, but I was so invested in what was going on with Valen and Gavv, and Bitter Gavv, and I was just like, I just want to know more about this. I want to know more about this. And when it happened, I was just like, oh, I'm so glad that they're covering this, but I'm also glad that I waited, and it was all so satisfying. Oh yeah, I was talking about how I was disappointed with Suga and Bitter Gavv. So yeah, so how they kind of framed it, it looked like they were kind of trying to do this like Jekyll and Hyde thing, because he like passed out and then faded to black. I was kind of hoping that due to just him being like half human, half granite, somehow like his human emotions manifested this dark Shoma, and it's kind of like a minion that he keeps like subconsciously making as some kind of like form of penance for the guilt he felt for what happened to Honto's mother. I was kind of hoping for that, and it'd be like, okay, Suga made a clone. It just, when you look at the things around it, you know, like Suga and like the infant, you know, Shoma, Honto, it never really quite like made sense to me. But hey, I'm so glad they brought back Big. I thought Big was such a cool design. I love so many of the designs in this show of like the forms, which we'll get to later. I've got a segment just for that. Yeah, I think that's really the only big downside I have, was that it kind of like dipped in the middle. But it's not like oh my god, this ruined the show. It's, you know, like 0 out of 10, don't recommend, don't watch. It's more like, it's like perfection, 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 perfection. Like maybe like an 8. Perfection, 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 you know? This is easily like my second favorite season so far. And you know, since we're talking about villains, let's just talk about the villains. Something I really like is that I don't really know who the final villain's gonna be, and they keep switching it up. So originally, you know, you look at the intro and it's gonna be like, okay, so it's gonna be the twins, then it's Gavv, and then it's Glota, and then it's Longo. Or maybe it's gonna be twins, Glota, Gavv, Longo. And then they bring in Gelduck, or like the Gelduck family, and it's like, ooh, who's the final villain gonna be? Is it the president? Is it Longo? Is it gonna be, you know, is it gonna be Jeeb? And fuck, what was her name? I really like her aesthetic. What was her name? I need to look this up real quick.
You get the idea.
Lizelle, that's what her name is. Sorry. I guess that's another thing I'll go over. I don't know if it's because there's too many characters I really like and I'm really invested. I'm not quite feeling Lizelle all that much. And they're definitely fleshing her out more. I wouldn't say she's a complete, like, you know, one-dimensional, two-dimensional character. I'm just not quite feeling it. The aesthetic I really like, but other than that, I more so care a whole bunch more about like every other character, but who knows? You know, they might pull something crazy and I'll be like, oh my god. You know, like in like part 3 or whatever, I'd be like, oh my god, Lizelle is like the greatest character of Kamen Rider history. Yeah, I don't really know who the final villain's gonna be, and it's like, is it gonna be Longo? Is it gonna be Jeeb? Is it Lizelle? Glota? Gavv? And that's the fun part, is that you're always kind of guessing who the next big bad they're gonna take down is gonna be. When episode 14 was happening, I was like, okay, he's gonna take out the twins, then he's gonna go for Gavv, and then there's that whole twist of Sheeta pushing Jeeb out the way, and then Jeeb goes on to have this whole arc, and now potentially in the running for being like the final villain of Gavv. And it's just, it's so fun, it's so interesting, it keeps things exciting and fresh. What else? Oh yeah, super forms. I love the super forms so much. I mean, they're the right blend of so utterly ridiculous, it's actually kind of funny, and so sheer cool that it's like, oh my god, I want like a cosplay of that. I want like a replica of like that suit. I mean, Cake King is like a perfect blend of like right in the middle of just like silly and cool. The new one, I forget what it was called, like over mode, like the mango chizo one that just showed up. I'm not fully a fan of the colors, but I have seen there's like a purple variant, so I'm looking forward to that because purple is one of my favorite colors. Blizzard Sorbet, I cannot fully articulate how much I love Blizzard Sorbet as a form. I've always loved characters with like ice abilities. Like I've said, purple is one of my favorite colors. Having this gimmick of it being so powerful, but having this kind of timer due to it essentially melting. And there's one design thing that I am such a huge sucker for, and that is the... I'm just gonna put it on screen. It's this thing. It's this kind of like trench coat design. You see it on Wizard as well, where they've got this kind of like trench coat design, and like it goes, and you got this kind of like, not really cape, but you've got that like extra bit of fabric that kind of goes down to the legs. That, I don't know why, that is so cool. No pun intended. Yeah, no, Blizzard Sorbet, for me, is up there for being one of my favorite forms and just like suit designs. It's right up there with Gavv and Zangetsu's Kachidoki arms. I just think they are pristine, amazing. But yeah, I am so eager and I'm so hyped and I'm just so excited to see how Gavv develops. I hope it's one of those seasons that just keeps getting specials, because I just want to know more about everything. I want to know more about like the Gavv world. I want to know more about, you know, these characters. I want to see them get new forms, go on new adventures. Yeah, I'm so excited for that. And I guess I'll just wrap up all this rambling. So let's do a little bit of an update. Yeah, like I said, I'm working on part 2 of the honest thoughts on the mecha video. That Geats video I was hinting at, I might be able to get that out next, hopefully, fingers crossed. No promises, but I will try to get that out as soon as I can. Summarizing is gonna keep going. I think I might do SMT, because someone requested it in the poll, and just to be completely honest, it's my favorite game franchise, so yeah, it's gonna be on there. Might do... See, I hate saying this, because then I'll never get around to doing it, and I don't want to disappoint people, but you know what, fuck it, I'll just keep saying it. Next summarizing after that's probably going to be Digimon, because Time Strangers is coming out, and I really want to talk about Digimon, because it's fucking awesome. And to be quite honest, the Digimon fandom and the Tokusatsu fandom is practically the same fandom. And who knows what else. But I guess if you made it this far and you're done listening to me yap, you know, thank you so much. Please do all the YouTube stuff, you know, like, dislike, comment. I'm so close to 1,000 subs. I would greatly appreciate it if we can get there as soon as possible. It would mean so much to me. And yeah, thanks for hanging out.